everyone, so this is going to be September's Lyme treatment update and supplement update. I posted briefly on Instagram about my current treatment or new treatment protocol, so you can see that post. I'll link it below, but I figured I'd go into more detail about what I'm doing and what's going on and all of that fun stuff. So my last update was in June, and a lot has changed since then. I moved to Colorado, which some of you may know about, and I started seeing a new Lyme doctor. Also, since that last update, I saw a nutrigenomic geneticist who really looks at your 23andMe data and all your symptoms to evaluate what's going on with your genes. He especially works with gut issues and Lyme and kind of helping your genetics to function better, obviously, and correct some of those issues that may be causing things like chronic fatigue, inflammation, that sort of stuff, not just like a pretty well-known genetic disorder. So that's been amazing, and I want to talk a little bit about that as well as my new treatment protocol. So the new Lyme doctor that I'm seeing is, they do follow Klinghardt pretty closely, so they use his muscle testing method, which is ART or autonomic response testing. So I did the autonomic response testing with them and came back with a whole herbal protocol. So I'm not doing any IVs right now. My port is not being used, which is the first time in a really long time, and I'm doing a lot of herbals. And I'm not going to run through all of my supplements because I've done that in other videos and things are kind of up and down with those right now, and I'm on a lot less. I'm just going to go through the genetic supplements that I'm on. So I'm going to start with that and then get into the Lyme stuff. Just as a quick disclaimer, this is my current treatment protocol based on my symptoms, my test results, my doctor. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just sharing my experience. Remember that. So make sure you check with your doctor and do your own research and find a treatment protocol for your body, because nobody is the same. No two people are the same. No two people's symptoms and manifestations of disease are the same. So that's just my little disclaimer before we get into this. Make sure you check with your doctor and do your research. And I'm just sharing my experience. So genetic wise, let's start there. I figured out that I have an issue with my ferropotin gene, so I do absorb iron, but what happens is I can't release it from my cells. So it gets trapped in my cells, it reacts with hydrogen peroxide, and produces hydroxyl radicals, which create a lot of inflammation. It affects your liver and pancreas and digestive system. It's why ozone isn't good for me, or hydrogen peroxide IVs aren't good for me, because that feeds that reaction and can let the iron react, and that's why my iron levels are always so low as well. So that's obviously a huge issue. I do have some detoxification issues. I've known that I don't handle glutathione well at all. I do need it, but I don't handle like straight glutathione. I have to go through other pathways to produce it. So we're supporting that pathway. We're supporting a decrease in that hydroxyl radicals and that reaction to help correct my genetics there, and hopefully that will essentially help a lot of other issues. I've noticed a little bit of benefit, and then moving was really stressful and kind of flared everything up, so I'm trying to rebalance from that. Also, I'm really sensitive to glutamate, so that reaction produces glutamate along with a few other things, and I can go into way more detail in another video if you'd like to know more about the genetic stuff, but I did do a whole blog post on this as well, which I'll link below in the comment section. But I have issues with glutamate, and I overproduce it, which is a genetic issue, but also you consume it when you eat things like fermented foods or bone broth. A lot of gut healing things are actually glutamine or glutamate based, like L-glutamine is a really popular supplement for gut healing, but that's a huge issue for me because glutamine is transferred into glutamate in your body. It produces inflammation, it crosses the blood-brain barrier and produces brain inflammation for me. So I'm on a supplement to help reduce my glutamate levels as well. So let's start there. I'm taking glutamate scavenger, which is a supplement to help get rid of the excess glutamate and hopefully decrease my inflammation, which I have noticed it seems to have helped decrease overall inflammation in my body. I take NRF2 Accelerator, which is a supplement to help with producing glutathione and help with inflammation because I can't take straight glutathione. I take GSH Assist also for glutathione support, as you can see on the label. I'm taking this supplement called Vitalica, which is also for detoxification and helping with, like I have a sulfur issue, so it helps with the sulfur pathways in my system and getting rid of excess sulfur. Here it says, for liver detox, antioxidant, immune system support, brain function, digestive health, joint and artery health, post-exercise recovery, and skin appearance. But for me, it's kind of more of an antioxidant and detox support. Then I also take this supplement called Aqua H2, which is essentially a bunch of, it absorbs like the third hydrogen that I like produce with the hydroxyl radicals. Like it absorbs some of that to get rid of that inflammation and those extra free radicals and hydroxyl radicals. So this has been a really important one for me to be on, and does seem to help a little bit. I'm not noticing huge shifts right now, but I really think that this is the right direction, at least for the moment, so I'm sticking with it. And I have another appointment with the geneticist in about a month. So we'll see what he says then. Now let's move on to my new Lyme protocol. So they muscle test, so they don't just put you on the Cowden protocol or the Byron White protocol or something like that. They muscle test and take bits and pieces from everything to determine what you need. So I'm on a ton of freaking tinctures and I'm on a couple supplements that they gave me, but I'm going to start with the tinctures. So the first one is Cemento. A lot of you may be familiar with this. It's from the Cowden protocol. I've been on the Cowden protocol before and I found it extremely helpful. So I am looking forward to doing a lot of these herbs again in a new way, a new combination, and hopefully that helps over time. So I'm on Cemento and Kumanda, which are both from the Cowden protocol. My goal right now is to get to 15 drops twice a day. I'm currently at 4 drops because this stuff makes me hurt so bad and I'm trying to not completely overload my system. I'm also taking Cryptolepis, however you pronounce it. My goal is 50 drops twice a day, which I'm pretty much at because I just went for it with this one, which is from the Booner protocol. He's huge on this for Lyme. What I've tested for recently is Lyme, a little bit of Babesia, Bartonella. I think there was a little Ehrlichia in there. I still have a little bit of residual mold. That's not a huge issue for me. Like I don't think that's really the main problem. Still dealing with parasite stuff and obviously viral issues. So those are kind of the big ones we're working on. But Lyme is still there. Like Lyme itself is a huge presence in my system. I'm taking Apohepat, which is liver detoxification. My liver's always a little sluggish and backed up, and so we're working on my liver. I just started Candalim, which is to help. I have a little bit of a candida issue. This also helps with antiviral, antibacterial. It's got a lot of essential oils in it, a big one being oregano, so that kills a lot of things. So I think that this will be really helpful overall, but I know it's going to be rough. I just started it today and I'm already feeling so tired after taking it. So I started at 10 drops and I'm working up to 20, and I think this is going to probably be pretty killer, but pretty helpful. I'm supposed to start Para A for parasites. I haven't even started this yet. I've been starting everything one at a time, not to overload my system because I know how sensitive I am. So I'm supposed to get to 2 dropperfuls twice a day. And this has like black walnut hull, wormwood, clove fruit, olive leaf, fennel seed, citrus seed. So all the stuff that kills parasites. So this should be really fun. And then I'm taking Panella. I've talked about this in a previous video to help with detoxification, especially brain detox, because I got a lot of brain fog. So I take this, and I've talked about this recently on my Instagram as being a huge help. The recommended dose is like 10 drops in some water a couple times a day. I literally just take full dropperfuls and put them in my water and drink that throughout the day. And I'll put like multiple dropperfuls throughout the day, depending on what I need. I really feel like it does help with brain fog and clarity from having a really bad day. Not necessarily, but usually it does help at least some. I'm also supposed to be taking activated charcoal. I get this one off Amazon. It's my favorite, the bulletproof coconut charcoal. And I'm supposed to take this every day, but it's like impossible to fit in with everything I'm taking that has to be like away from food and away from this. So I honestly only take this when I feel really bad or like I can't sleep. It helps me fall asleep. So I just take as needed. I can't be perfect. Another supplement she put me on is Immunotix 250. I don't know if any of you have been on this. It's for immune support. It has beta-glucan, and yeah, I don't know. I'm taking it. I don't notice anything from it. And then the other thing that she put me on is a combo of rhodiola and schisandra. So this, I take rhodiola already, but we switched to this because the schisandra is supposed to help with anxiety as well, and rhodiola helps with kind of depression and mood balance. So it's just supposed to balance your mood, help with stress and depression and anxiety and all the fun things that come with Lyme. So I started that, and I just started this one this week because I had to get a hold of it. But that's my current protocol. I'm still doing a lot of my detoxing. I do my coffee enemas and saunas and baths when I can. And then I am also kind of trying to find my support system here in Colorado since I've moved. Seeing some new chiropractors and figuring out who I want there, figuring out kind of my mental health support, and I might start seeing a blanking on the name, craniosacral therapist. I had an amazing craniosacral therapist in Santa Fe, and she recommended someone up here, but again, it's a money issue, so we'll see how much I can really budget in and fit in and what's the most important to me right now. The other thing I wanted to say is I have a bunch of videos that I'm planning to film related to Lyme and like living with Lyme and tips for newly diagnosed, stuff like that. But I'm so open to whatever you guys want me to film. So if you have videos that you want to see or suggestions, please, please, please leave them in the comments and let me know what sorts of videos you want to see and any fun things you want me to film. I'm happy to do that. I'll do some more what I ate in a day. I think people really like those. There's not a lot of paleo what I ate in a day videos on YouTube, I've noticed, so I think I can try and do more of those. But let me know, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. I hope you guys have a great day, evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.